All right, good morning, guys. Let's read the newspaper today. Let's see what's all about. It says comic books need a hero. Okay, this is in the business section, and it's an article about the decline of the comic book industry. Okay, and let's see what it says here. It says in the 1980s, comic book sales totaled no more than 250 million a year. They swelled to an epic proportion in the early 1990s because of rampant speculation among collectors. Huh, interesting. But even more interesting is this article is from 1998. So 1998, in the business section here of the newspaper, they start talking about the decline of the comic book industry. Now, I'm tell you what, guys, I'm a little bit of a, I don't think I'm a hoarder. I don't think I'm a hoarder. I can't even say it right. I just like to keep things and kind of go back and revisit them later on. I guess that's kind of a hoarder, except for I don't live amongst my own trash. Okay, so but I am a collector, and I do tend to collect a couple of odds and ends here. But I do like the fact that I do have this article that I found that I've had tucked away in a box about comic books. It was from from like I said, March of 13th, 1998, talking about the decline of the comic book industry. This actual article was because MegaCon was going to be going on in a few days, and it was just talking about how, like I said, that the industry had kind of declined because of speculation. Um, this is reflecting the interest of hardcore collectors. Okay, it's a very interesting article, and has a little chart here, as you can see, a graph to show you the decline year by year. Right? Now this was 1998, and in this article, they spoke to Comic Buyer's Guide, a gentleman that worked with Comic Buyer's Guide, and I quote, he was saying that, what happened was that the people that were collecting baseball cards, they moved into comic book collecting, and they then moved from comic book collecting into Beanie Baby collecting. Okay, now all this sounds familiar, right? A lot of bubbles there, a lot of bubbles that popped. But this was 1998, and I'm here in the future now, guys. I've traveled way into the future, and here in the future, I can tell you that the market did not completely collapse in 1998. It went downhill, but then Marvel filed Chapter 11. Joe Quesada took over as the head guy there and streamlined things a little bit, and the industry got way better, as we all know. So I know we're talking about right now how the industry is going downhill, but listen, it's all cyclical, as they say. It's going to come back around eventually. This is a very interesting article when you read it from the standpoint of, like I said, this is written in 1998. So when you read that article, it's very, very eye-opening. There's a lot of really good little things in there. They talk to John Byrne a little bit and stuff like that. But it just really, kind of paints a picture for me. I get it. Books that were selling for $1,000 are now selling for $500. I get it. But again, that's a book that is still selling for $500 for a comic book. Okay? Everything is cyclical. Things do come around. Okay? Again, I'm a collector, not so much for value. I'm not gonna lie. There's some books that I'll buy because I think they're gonna hold some value. That's not the main concern I have with buying books. I buy books that I like. Now, the other thing that I found very interesting is that, he was talking about people that were speculating, buying books, and how they were just buying the books, not really being a comic fan per se. And we all know about the whole Superman, Death of Superman thing. We know all about that, about people buying up all those copies to someday turn around and sell for $1,000. We all know about that. But to quote Mr. John Miller again, he said, I am fairly certain. I can fairly say, certainly. This is. Wait, I am. Okay, wow. Let me try that again. This quote. I can say fairly certainly that nearly every comic book being sold is now being read. Okay, now that is a big deal, because what he's saying back there in 1998 is that the market was starting to get a little bit better, but the people that were buying the comic books were actually reading the comic books. They weren't just buying the books to try to flip them. They were buying the comic books to read them. And that is a big, big part of keeping this whole industry alive. Okay? CGC is great. The gradings are awesome. You know, all this stuff is great. But the reason why a lot of us started buying comic books were to read them, to get the stories, to get involved in this whole universe. Okay, to kind of relaxation. You know, I used to go to the bookstore every Wednesday because after, you know, a week of work and stress or anything like that, you know, it was a good place to go. It was kind of a place to go to relieve my stress. It was like, oh man, let me go there, just escape, go into another world basically. Okay, so the comic industry right now is a little different. Now, like I said, I'm not gonna lie. There are some books I have bought because I thought maybe I can turn around and do some with them in the future, because they're gonna be valuable. And there's some books I buy because of the draw of the fact that they are maybe rare or they're different. And but that's for me collecting. Okay, but so you know, I've done a little bit of it, not a lot of it. The main reason why I buy the comic books is because I enjoy comic books. Now, the one thing that I have, I'm a real, I guess, bad guy when it comes to it's buying variant covers or buying books for their cover. Now, two things about that. I do buy them because the art's amazing. I love the art. I also buy them because I want to maybe put them on my wall. You know, again, like art. But the problem that I have with that, and I find myself falling into this trap and kind of falling into this whole thing with everybody else, is that I'm buying some of these books for the covers and I'm afraid to actually open the book, handle the book, and read the book. You know? So I have some books that I bought with some fantastic covers that I've never opened. Now, these are books that a lot of times I've bought back issue wise, or maybe I bought off eBay. Okay? But I have these books, these incredible covers, and I can't even tell you what's on the inside of the damn book. Okay? That's not how it used to be. Okay? But again, I'm not gonna be the old man sitting here telling you back in my day and how things were much better and all that good stuff there. Things change. Okay? But my point being is that things are cyclical. They're in cycles, and the industry is a little weird right now, but it's gonna come back around. And like I said, there are books that were being sold maybe 2 years ago for $1,000 that are now being sold for $500. Big steep drop, but let me say that again. A $500 comic book. That's nothing to sneeze at. Okay? A book that someone probably paid originally $2 for, $5 for, whatever, is now selling for $500. So think about that, guys. There's still, if you're really concerned about, there's still value in this collecting business. There's still value in this hobby. Like I said, $1,000 book, $500, you sell for $299. You do the math, okay? All right, guys, that's it for today. But you know what? Before we leave, let's move on and open up another comic book pack. Talk to you guys later. All right, so let's get this open here. All right, right here on the cover, or the cover book, I should say. Kang #1, second printing. Right there on the top, a second printing. So this second printing is a low print run, something kind of valuable, hard to get. It ain't anymore. It's in a Walmart pack. All right, so let's take a look and see. What we got? Okay, so Kang. Second printing. So that's the cover. And then we have Doctor Strange Nexus of Nightmares and the Edge of Spider-Verse pack. Okay, well, let's just go ahead and open Edge of Spider-Verse first. Of course, these are packs that I already have, or I'm sorry, already purchased. So the cover books on these are going to be extras for me. got to get rid of them somehow someday. All right. So like I said, I already have this one of Spider-Verse, the variant edition Spider-Verse. I'm sorry, Walmart variant. Then we have a really cool looking Iron Man cover here. I like that. That is nice. The inside art is by Cafu, who I like. I like this. I've been following Iron Man, excuse me, for a very long time. But again, when I get a book in these packs that that kind of sparks my interest, I will read it, and I might follow up on the rest of the story by purchasing the other books at my local shop. Then we have Spider-Gwen-Gwenverse. Pretty cool cover. It's got, looks like Gwen as Thor. Cool. All right, Spider-Gwen. It's Ghost Spider, I want to call her. It's always interesting. Okay. Doctor Strange, Nexus of Nightmares. All right. This one was a Walmart variant or variant edition. Then we have Ben Reilly Spider-Man. I remember seeing this cover in previews somewhere. I think this is that Jim? Is that Steve Skroce? I can't pronounce the last name. Skroce. But interesting cover nonetheless. All right, cool. And then we have an X-Force. Oh, interesting. Number 26. This is a variant as well. All right, cool. All right. A whole bunch of books I don't have, except for the cover books. The rest of these I don't have, so get some reading done tonight. All right, guys. Talk to you later.